Mr. Daniel Paul.
Hello everyone, on behalf of my wife and I, we thank you for joining us on this special day. First of all, I'd like to thank Kevin, Charlotte's father, for his kind words and giving me the honour of marrying Charlotte. When I proposed, I got down on one knee and then the other and asked Kevin, please pay for the wedding. he said yes, and here we are today. The whole Smith family are welcomed into their family from day one, and I thank you for that and your amazing support and contributions towards this special day. It'll forever be appreciated. It's been made especially easy to click, as we all have an interest in squash, tennis and table tennis. And it gives me the opportunities for a few easy victories now and then. But they've been great to me and I'm chuffed to be a part of their family, and I can fully assure them I'll take good care of Charlotte. As for my family, my mum, dad, sister, grandparents, step-parents and the rest of my family, thank you for everything you've done for me over the years, especially in my late teens when I was at home with many mood swings and rolling in from nights out at 6 AM. It mustn't have been the easiest, but I thank you all for your guidance and support. It'll be really appreciated. I feel really lucky to have a great mum and now a great mother-in-law too, which is why I would like to give these gifts in token of our appreciation.
Aww.
Same for my dad, who's paid for my Stoke season ticket for the last 20 years. He continues to do so. We have a gift that we'd like to give to you as well. We want to thank all the bridesmaids, Steph, Gemma, Sam, Laura, Becky and Naomi for their support towards Charlotte. I'm sure you'll agree how beautiful they all look. In terms of our gratitude, we have some gifts that we'd like to give to you. If you could come and collect these from Charlotte. Yeah. Now I know my best man Dan can't wait to get his speech started. I'm sure he'll be able to embarrass me in any way that he can. We'd like to thank Dan for all his work and support towards the wedding day, firstly by designing the order of service for the church and especially arranging the stag do in Brussels, which was eventful to say the least. Which went from meeting Liam Gallagher to taking part in many embarrassing stag challenges and provided me with a good week's worth of a hangover. Me and Dan have been great mates since the start of high school. We always try to wind each other up, but I do want you to know he has actually got a rare medical condition. He makes up stories about me that he believes. I'm sure he'll be trying to say these in a couple of minutes, so we'll wait for that. Same for my groomsmen, Brett, Ben and Sam. They're all great mates. Thanks to everything you've done for today and supporting me and Charlotte. Now for my new wife Charlotte, I'm sure they'll agree how beautiful she looks and I couldn't be prouder or happy that she's now my wife. I'd like to thank you for agreeing to marry me. And I know that you have found my soulmate. When we went on our first date, we went bowling and we were having vodka slush puppy drinks, which then involved me losing quite a bit of money at the time. We'd never actually seen each other before the first date after meeting online, and I think I had my profile picture with a full head of hair, so it was a bit of a surprise. Since day one when we spoke, we've had this connection, it seems, where we were thinking the same things or sometimes say the same things at the same time, which is a little bit strange, but I think it just shows how alike we are and how suited we are of everything that we have in common. We're going on our honeymoon tomorrow, we go to Mallorca for a week and then a couple of weeks ago to Mexico, and we can't wait to start our life as a married couple. We've already made plenty of memories whilst living together for the past 2 years, on holidays as such as when I proposed in Tenerife. I got down on one knee on the beach at night, it was pitch black, just a light from the restaurants further behind. I had a full speech planned in my head and ended up saying about 4 words. As to why I wrote this down for today. But I'll never forget Charlotte's reaction, which was Charlotte running off down the beach in the dark screaming, and me standing there thinking, why have I just missed out on 75% of the speech? But she said yes, and I couldn't have been happier. Charlotte's such a kind, caring, and I've generally never met anyone that's funny. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with her. I know one day she'll make an amazing mum too. I'd like to I'd like to all raise a glass to the beautiful bride, Charlotte, and you, Mrs. Hall. We'd like to thank you all for your amazing cards, gifts, and help in setting up and arranging today. Hope you have a great day with us. I want to see you having a good few drinks throughout the night. That's the end of my speech. Thanks for coming. I'll now pass it over to the best man. Thank you.
So, Dan told me to keep this speech clean, so I got it laminated. First one now. Now, I put a lot of pressure on myself by deciding to write a poem. So, here it goes. Good afternoon, one and all, to the wedding of Mr. and Mrs. Hall. My name is Dan, and I'm the best man. I'm a great man as well. And to embarrass Dan Hall is my plan. But first of all, I would like to say on what a pleasure it has been today, the most important so far in your life when you officially became man and wife. For all your planning and hard work, it really has, I'm shaking. For all your planning and hard work, it really has run like clockwork. So on behalf of your wedding day crew, I would like to say a huge thank you. Secondly, to the maids of the bride, who couldn't look more beautiful if they tried. And Charlotte, you look stunning. I'm sure you'd all agree. My apologies for Dan, though, the way he looks had nothing to do with it. I've also wrote a verse for some lads you may have met. The good, the bad, the ugly. Dan's ushers, known as Ben, Sam and Brett. However you order those nicknames is completely up to you. I'd just like to say thanks in helping sorting the stag do. So Dan and I met at Woolstanton High School. The first year he didn't like me, he thought I was a tool. But another summer passed and we went into year 8 and this weirdo from Port Hill became my best mate. After school we'd meet up and play football on the marsh. He was never a prolific striker, but a decent centre-half. We'd be drinking on the streets, living life on the edge, and in Maybank there's still a dent from when he ran through a hedge. Enrolling at Newcastle College to get out of full-time jobs, we spent all of our EMA money uptown on Alco Pops. From varsity to the underground, we'd all get pretty wrecked, but our hangovers were soon fixed after 5 chicken selects. Then we went to university to try and get a degree. My course lasted 4 years, but Dan had quit by week 3. But it meant we had some crazy nights out all over the UK, and we once found him lying behind Tesco with his trousers on the wrong way. There was also a time when he stripped naked in some toilets, but I'll let him tell you that story because I wouldn't want to spoil it. One summer we went to Ibiza to party under the sun. We went out every single night, living life to the maximum. But at the zoo party project, Dan had one little issue. He had to leave his boxes there because his cubicle ran out of tissue. We had the stag do in Brussels where we turned him to the Vale and he tried to steal a poor lady's suitcase only to fail. In the beer capital of Europe we gave him tasks and made him drink, and even Ben left him a present to clean up after he missed the bathroom sink. And if there's one thing I've learned over all of these years, some people think it's funny, but it's more like his curse. If you're buying Dan a drink, you'd better buy him 2. He has a double vodka and coke, and his shirt has 1 too. Now Charlotte and Dan are one of a kind, a funnier couple you would struggle to find. They really are a match made in heaven, and that's where Dan says he's taking Charlotte at 11:15. Now I've read that it's tradition for the best man to give you a little marriage advice, so my search began. For happily married couples, I was sure there'd be plenty, but after months of looking, I couldn't find any. So instead, please join me today in wishing the newlyweds all the happiness in the world in their lives ahead. Please raise your glasses, one and all, to the happy couple, Mr. and Mrs. Hall.